Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to capture videos from your either laptop webcam or your USB webcam and write the frames of it as a video file like AVI to an external file. And also I show you how to read the external file, any file, and then show it as a stream on the screen. So you need OpenCV, so you need to import CV2. First, we go over capturing videos from your webcam. So for that, I'm gonna deactivate the second part, comment it out. So the first thing you need to create is an object for the video capturing. So you use cv2.video capture, and look here, that's capital V and that's capital C. And then you pass a device index here. Typically 0 is used for the default webcam, which in my case is the laptop webcam, and 1 and above are used for other webcams. So in my case, I also have a USB webcam. So for my case, U1 is going to be a USB webcam. Sometimes they might switch, but most of the time 0 is your default. So here I can get first a video from my as I said, a laptop, or as I said, from USB webcam. The next thing you want to do is to define the coding method for writing the video. And here you can use all sorts of coding methods, and coding basically XVID, MP4, or anything that you want. So for that, here I use CV2 video writer .4cc. And this 4cc, or these 4 letters, would determine the coding, the conversion of the frames into an actual video, how you would do that. Okay, so here I use XVID. And then you need another object that is for writing these frames to an external file. Okay, so this 4cc is not really an object, it is a coding method, which I'm going to use in the object that will write the video to an external file. So I have two objects here, cap and out. Out is defined using CV2 video writer. Again, look, V and W are capital. This is the one that I use to write my frame to an external file. This is the one that I capture my frames, and this is the conversion method. So here I say write the frames to what? To a file called output.avi. You can change it to any name that you want. The coding method is this 4cc using XVID method. Use 20 frames per second, and the size of the frames is going to be 640 by 480, which is the default for my webcam. Then if you want, you can add some stuff to the frames before writing them to that external file. And here I want to add some text to my frame before writing it. For that reason, I need to use CV2 put text. And this one is gonna write something on the frame for me. So what is it? The frame that I'll capture, and I'll talk about it in a second. On the top of that, I write my own name, and then I provide the start location. So put it at location 200 and 100, start letter M from there. The font is going to be this font here called Font Hershey Simplex. There are so many other types of fonts, right? For example, in your Word document, you have Times New Roman, Arial, Calibri, and so on. So this is one of the font texts that you have in OpenCV for writing text. And then here you have the font scale, you have the color of it, and then you have the thickness. And thickness is the thickness of the line. Scale is to make the whole thing bigger or smaller. Right? This is just the thickness. It's not going to make the font bigger, the overall letters bigger, just make them thicker, but doesn't change the size of them, right? And here for my color, I BGR, so this is B, so color is going to be blue. So I'm going to put my name at a specific location with that font with scale 2 and thickness 3 with the color blue. Now, how do I grab my frames? So I need to grab it in a loop. And the way that I put it in a loop, I use a while loop because I want to keep capturing until something happens. Until the object that I defined for capturing frames, until this guy is opened. Okay, so this is one of the methods that you have for an object of video capturing is opened. This returns true if that capturing object is still active. Otherwise, it returns a false. So as long as that capturing frame is open, go ahead and what? This is the main command, cap.read. Use the read method from the cap object, and this is gonna return two things for you: ret and frame. Frame is the actual picture, and ret is a logical variable that is going to be false if it could not grab a frame. If it could grab a frame, if your device, your camera could grab a frame, this is true. If it's false, then it means it could not. There was something wrong with the camera, it could not grab a frame. So you see here, I'm saying if ret is true, then go ahead and write it to the external file. If ret is false, means I couldn't grab anything. Well, of course, you cannot write anything, right? There will be no frame. This frame is going to be empty, basically. There will be nothing in it. So this ret will tell me the success of the capturing operation. So if ret is true, what would you do? The first thing is, typically the image that it captures is upside down. So the first thing I do, I flip the image about the horizontal axis and make it upright, normal again. Then I put the text on it, and then with that object out, I use the write method and write my frame. Now, do I need to specify the name of the file or anything? No, because I already did it when I defined the out object. Everything is specified here. The only thing I need to say with this guy is, hey, grab that frame that this guy grabbed for you, get it and write it to that file. That's all you need to do. So here, this frame is added as one of the frames of this video here, right? And then I also want to show that frame on the screen as well. So I use CV IMShow and call it current frame and show it. And I keep doing this until what? Until the device capture is open. And there is one other thing here I do, and that is I say, hey, wait for press of a key. And what key should you be waiting for? That key is letter Q. So if I press on letter Q or key Q on the keyboard, then go ahead and break. Break out of what? Out of the while loop. So my capturing is gonna stop when I press the key. You know, the CV2 wait key has two functions. It allows you to what? To show this display, right, and do everything here until either so many milliseconds have passed or until some key is pressed. And here I'm saying, hey, I want you to have a key pressed, but what key? That's key Q, which in basically base of 16, it is going to be 0xFF. Okay, so that is the equivalent of key Q. And then, so go ahead and wait for the key Q to be pressed, then go ahead and break, else also break, right? And here, this else is for this if, not for this one. So what is this else and this break doing? It says if I could capture a frame, do all the operations as long as nobody has pressed down the key Q. If you could not capture a frame, go ahead and break. So under two conditions, this thing is going to break. The device could not capture a frame, or I press down on key Q, then the operation will stop. You see, I have two breaks here. Now, when I have written everything to the external file and everything is good, then release that resource, that webcam, release it so that webcam can be used by other applications. Release that file writer also, so if somebody else wants to use it and write something to an external file, they can use it. And go ahead and close all open windows. Right, so this all together will explain everything that I wrote here. So now let's go ahead and run it, and you're gonna see a frame of me. You're gonna see me and the text and everything. Here we go. Hello, hello, this is me on my webcam. Now I press Q. There we go. Not only it showed me with the text and everything, it wrote those frames to this output.avi, and this is a file that I can easily play with any player like VLC or media player. You see? So it captured me. My webcam does not have microphone, so you see that video is mute. It has my frames, but it does not have sound here, because this webcam apparently does not have a good microphone. So you see, I wrote the file. Now I want you, instead of playing that video with a player like VLC or media player, I want to go ahead and read the frames from that video, and then what? I'm going to show it here. So I'm going to open a video instead of a picture. I'm going to open a video, and I'm gonna show it to you. So how do I do that? This is the second part. So here I use my CV2 video capture, the same thing that I used here, but instead of passing a device index to it like 0 or 1, I pass the name of an external file to it. This time this object is created for reading the external file. And then I say, while it's open, go ahead and read a frame from the video, and then show that frame here. And then if I press Q, go ahead and stop showing the video, and at the end release that object and open and close all of the windows. So here I'm gonna only read and show the video. You see? That's it. And I can do it a little bit slower, right? But here the goal is just to show you that I could read and show the video. So hopefully this video is useful to you. If you have a task that you want to do with OpenCV, you want to capture something and you want to either read from a video, you want to do some further processing, you can combine what I showed you in this video and in some of my previous videos or my future upcoming videos for a further advanced image processing computer vision task, and you can do everything together. So thank you so much for your attention. I'll see you in the next lecture.